Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new, welcome back if you're not. If you are a lover of all things beauty, handbags, luxury, and fashion, you've come to the right place. My name is Cici and welcome. It has been a while. It's been crazy. My schedule has been insane the past few weeks. Both my boys are in wrestling, so it has taken up most of my season. Typically, wrestling starts in November, December, depending on their age, and then doesn't finish until end of February, sometimes March, depending on whether or not they go on to districts, states, and so on. I am not an expert. I am just sharing based on my own experience. So if you are a wrestling mom or you know more about wrestling than I do, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Today, I figured we would do a 2025 handbags wish list. As you know, last year was a really big year because I was able to score my lovely Birkin 25. I know some of you may be wondering if I am still on the Hermes journey, so I'll link a couple of videos for you guys here and down below if you're interested in following that journey. Right now, I think I'm taking a break. There are a couple of handbags that have caught my eye. Oh, I have something in my eye. There are a couple of handbags that have caught my eye this year that are not on the Hermes wish list, but I would say distractions. Before we get into that though, I did just want to share that I am in my PJs right now, off of work. I'm very happy to be sipping my second cup of coffee for the day. So depending on where you live and what time of day it is, grab a coffee, grab a snack, grab a drink, and join me on today's wish list item. So we're going to be talking all things handbags, designer luxury handbags in particular. Maybe I'll sneak in a couple of other items as well. Things I'm thinking would be a nice addition to my wardrobe in 2025. I did just want to take a moment to mention that today's video is sponsored by Lanier Jewelry. Lanier has kindly collaborated with me by gifting me these beautiful earrings that I'm wearing today. I'll share a couple of close-up shots for you, and I'll link all of the details down below, including my discount code in the description box. Lanier makes sustainable, beautifully made jewelry pieces that are not only beautifully packaged and gifted. I'm so excited to be collaborating with them once again. I absolutely adore their products, and I'm so happy to be wearing these gorgeous earrings here today. They gifted me two beautiful pairs of the vermeil gold-plated cubic zirconia pieces that are not only sustainably made, but incredibly durable. I've actually been wearing these earrings non-stop and I've had no issues. They're not only super comfortable, but they are unique. They're beautifully crafted, they're gorgeous, and they instantly elevate your look and style in seconds. I hope you guys will give Lanier a try. They're just so beautiful. I can't really say that enough. And they're such unique, different pieces. They're very delicate, they're very elegant, they're dainty. I tend to have very sensitive skin. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have very sensitive skin. And I have to say, I've never had any allergic reaction to any of their pieces. I've worn their rings, bracelets, and I've never had a reaction. I've never had any issue with the pieces tarnishing or changing into different colors or oxidizing in any way compared to other jewelry pieces that I have spent my hard-earned money on, and unfortunately that has happened. So Lanier, thank you guys once again for collaborating with me. So happy to be sharing this with you. This is a jewelry brand that I will look forward to incorporating more of their pieces into my collection. Absolutely adore their line. I hope that you will too. In fact, I have no doubt that you will. I am going to show you a quick close-up, and I'll include the name of the earrings down below so you can see them. But I just find these so gorgeous. And again, they're so comfortable. I kind of wish I had like a second hole, but look how cute these are. It's almost like a little wing. You can kind of change up how you wear them. So like you can twist these and wear them like so. It's like perfect for me because I don't always like wearing super big earrings, but these are so dainty and elegant. Love them. Been wearing these nonstop. They do recommend not showering with them, so you should be putting them in their little plastic bag, and obviously don't put them in water, but I did shower with them once, just one time, and I didn't have any issue. But of course we want the pieces to last, so I wouldn't recommend showering with them, but I have once and it was okay. It really just complements your existing jewelry pieces. It doesn't take away from, like, if you have a statement piece like a necklace or a bracelet or another piece that you really want to stand out, this just kind of complements it without going over the top. Thank you once again to Lanier for collaborating with me. And again, I'll include all of the details down below in the description box, including the specific pair of earrings that I'm wearing today and my discount code so that you can score these at a discount as well. I did also want to provide you with an update that my collaboration with Jamie from Luxe Petite and Melissa from Melissa weighed is going fairly well. There are a couple of areas that I have done really well in, a couple of areas that I could do better. Just to provide you guys with an update, I'll link that video for you guys here as well. Melissa, Jamie, and I are on a collaboration for New Year, New Me goal setting for 2025. The three of us have very similar yet very distinct goals for each of us, and it's a nice way to kind of check in with you guys and share how I'm doing, how we're doing, how you might be doing. It's good to kind of do a self check-in just to kind of see if you did set some goals for 2025, how you're doing, how you're trending, how you're tracking, and whether or not you are on track to meet those goals. So a couple of the goals that I shared are healthy hustle, so making sure that I'm eating right, working out consistently, following and trying to meet my goals. I've been working very closely with Mari, and there's a couple of areas I've done fairly well in. I think the eating for me has always been the hardest when it comes to implementing a healthy lifestyle. I have 2 kids, and let's be honest, they're not really eating super healthy. They are still going to have their snacks and junk food, and we're constantly on the go, which means fast food is often the most convenient and easiest option. So it's really difficult to follow a healthy lifestyle and be more mindful about what you're eating and putting in your body when you're constantly on the go and have kids around you tempting you with treats and all kinds of goodies. We also just finished Valentine's Day, and there were quite a few goodies in the house from Valentine's Day as well. So we're just trying to get back on track. I have been tracking my macros and everything that I'm eating on a daily basis. I use an app called My Macros Plus, and it specifically tells me exactly what my daily goals are. And then as I'm tracking my food for the day, I'll track breakfast, lunch, dinner, and any snacks. I try to use grams whenever possible. Grams seem to be the most accurate for weighing your food. And yes, I do weigh my food because I found that when I was just kind of tracking just based on what the label said or what I thought was the portion size I was eating, I was not hitting my goals and not making any progress. So I've taken it a step further by starting to weigh my food just to kind of see where I'm at and what I'm truly eating. A couple things I realized is when you eat the right foods, foods that are high in healthy fats, high in protein, high in fiber, you tend to feel fuller, longer, and faster, and you tend to have larger portions, much larger than I would have expected, as opposed to when you're eating fast food or foods that are really not that healthy, foods that are processed. You're eating less of it, you're feeling hungrier, you're not feeling full, you're not feeling satiated or satisfied. So I've been trying to incorporate more, healthy fats, high protein, high fiber rich foods in my diet, and I have noticed a significant difference not only in my digestion, but also my fullness. My cravings have gone down significantly. I still crave a sweet treat every now and then, and I do make sure that I plan around that. So I do have a sweet treat or like a cheat, if you will, or just like a sanity treat, a sanity piece of food, whether it's a piece of chocolate or, a couple of tortilla chips or something. I try to kind of allow some flexibility in my diet because you obviously don't want to lose your mind. You can't eat 100% healthy 100% of the time. You do have to allow yourself for, just living life and enjoying yourself. I have found that my cravings have gone down. I'm eating much healthier. I am learning so much more about eating. I used to think that like carbs were super bad for you, but if it's the right carbs mixed with the right protein and the right amount of fats, like chia seeds are a great example, legumes, beans, chickpeas, those are all great examples. They tend to be high carb, but they're also high fiber, which means they're going to make you feel fuller longer. So I think I've been doing okay with the diet. Exercise wise, I am working a consistent 3 to 4 days every week. I'm trying to stay at 4 days, although sometimes my schedule gets in the way and it gets difficult. For the most part, I'm doing a lot of strength training and I'm incorporating a little bit of cycling. So I try to cycle maybe 1 day a week. Right now during the wrestling season, it's difficult because the classes that I used to like taking Saturday mornings, I can't take because I'm usually at wrestling. So hopefully after the wrestling season ends, I'll be able to get back to that and get back on track and continue 2 days a week of my cycling. I really enjoy cycling because I feel like it's a great cardio workout, but there's also strength incorporated. You're turning up the resistance on the bike, so you're getting a lot of strength training on the legs. You're pushing, it's heavy. Cycle bar does incorporate some bar training, so you're doing a little bit of upper body, not as much, I think, as you really need, but it does incorporate a little bit. They're also starting to do some new classes with bands, so I'm looking forward to trying that. And then I try to opt for minimum 3 days a week of strength training. I do 1 upper, 1 lower, and then 1 full body day. Let me know if you guys are interested in any of this. Comment down below if you want me to share with you more of my strength training routine, more of what I'm eating in a day. I've been thinking about doing like a high protein, what I eat in a day to meet my protein target or protein goals. Right now I'm aiming for 135 grams of protein per day. It used to be 150 grams of protein. I always struggled with hitting my protein target, but I've really learned and I've come a long way. And now I find that I very easily go past my protein target if I'm not careful. So if you guys are interested in any of that, comment down below. I'd be happy to film a video for you on that. The other is spending. I am on a journey and goal to pay off all of our credit cards, especially after the holiday season. I just want to kind of reset, get back on track, and make sure that our spending is cut down. We do have a lot of high expenses coming down the pike this year. I have a son who's graduating from high school, so as you can imagine, graduation parties, prom, college, those are all going to be some really big ticket items coming down the pike. So just trying to get organized and reset and just cut down and be more mindful of my spending. I still, of course, want to make room for some of my luxury purchases and some of the wish list items that I have on my wish list today for you guys, but I'm really trying to be strict with myself and making sure that until I pay off my credit card, it's not happening. So we are on track. I'm aiming to have everything paid off within the next couple of months, fingers crossed. So we'll see how things go. But I'm curious to know how you guys are doing. How's your journey? You know, if you've set goals for 2025, I'd really be interested in hearing how you're doing, what progress you're making. Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. I think it's a great way to support each other and kind of keep each other accountable. And if you failed or if you slipped up in any of the categories, that's okay. It's an opportunity to kind of reset and get back on track. Just because you slip up 1, 2, 3 days, maybe more, that's okay. You can always reset and just kind of try again. Without further ado, let's get right into our video. So the first wish list item, and I have to say, I think that watching other influencers really impacts me. I get influenced very easily. I've been on a Tamara Kalanick kick and I am just obsessed with her. I love her style. I love how she dresses. I love her look. I just think that she's so beautiful and classy. She's a little bit older as well. She's in her late 30s, which I can appreciate as a woman in my 40s, but she's still very much with it, very trendy, very in style. I just love her look. I really do. And she's been showing a couple of brown suede handbags. And we know if you watched my video for 2025 spring trends, as well as some winter trends, suede is still very much relevant, very much on trend. We're going to continue to see suede through the spring this year, maybe even pops of it in the summer, but I have been loving the brown suede trend and I've been obsessed with both the Prada bag and the Alaia Le Teckle bag. Now, I originally saw the Alaia Le Teckle bag when Alyssa Lenore purchased it. I want to say a year or two ago. I believe she purchased it during one of her trips to Paris. Love, love, love that bag. But they recently came out with a brown suede version. And I am just, if it wasn't for this journey of paying off all my credit cards, I probably would have purchased this bag already. In fact, I struggle with it every day. So do not be surprised if next video I end up buying this bag. What I fear is that the bag is trendy and won't be considered classic or relevant 6 months to a year from now. And I try to be very cautious about the bags that I purchase and incorporate into my collection because I don't want to be trendy. I try to opt for pieces that are timeless and classic and will remain relevant and beautiful. I will say the Rose Margot bag has done that for me. I purchased my Margot bag last year before the Birkin. I purchased the Margot 10, I want to say summer of last year, and I wear that bag almost every day. I literally reach for that bag all the time. It's a perfect bag because it's understated, it's classic, it's neutral. I got it in this taupe color, so it's absolutely beautiful. I was happy to incorporate a color that is not black. And now that I've been seeing the Alaia Le Teckle and the Prada both in the brown suede, I am just obsessed. Coach is also coming out with a bag that is a little more economical and much easier in terms of price tag, so a little more affordable, and it's a beautiful option as well. Mrs. Leva posted this on her Instagram page recently. Don't be surprised if you see her incorporate this bag. I'm looking almost every day because I'm sure it's coming. It's a gorgeous bag and it is reminiscent of the Le Teckle and the other bags that I've mentioned, very similar in structure, in shape, and size, but it's a lot more affordable and it's still a beautiful option. In fact, I posted a poll on my Instagram and the majority of my followers actually indicated that they prefer the Coach option over the Alaia and the Prada, which kind of surprised me, I have to be honest. Not that I have any hate or shade towards Coach. I love Coach, but I was just a little surprised, pleasantly, if you will. So maybe that's a nice bag I can start with that is a little more affordable and budget friendly and won't set me back as much. I know it's available on Dillard's. I'm gonna take a look today. So that is number one on my wish list. I literally I want this bag so bad. And I don't know if I would go for the Alaia or the Prada. I think if I had my mindset, I probably would have purchased it already. I think I'm leaning more towards the Alaia because I saw the Alaia Le Teckle come out last year or the year prior, and it's still popular today, which leads me to believe that it will remain hopefully timeless and classic. Whereas the Prada, I'm not sure. I think Prada's making a comeback. I've always loved Prada because Prada for me is a little old school. I grew up hearing about Prada. Like I remember my mom talking about Prada and my aunts, and it's just a brand that is a little nostalgic, if you will. Coach is the same way, but I don't know. We'll see. The next bag on my list, believe it or not, is still the Rose Margot, but in the 15 or possibly the 12. 15 in the brown suede since I originally saw it on Alyssa Lenore. Again, I'm influenced very easily. It's bad. I should probably stop watching YouTube because watching all these influencers just leads me to want to buy. And I'm not doing anybody any justice here. But I did want to just give her credit because she was one of the first, if not the first, that I saw wearing the Rose Margot's 15. Absolutely adore that bag. I think it is such a gorgeous bag. But what I love about it the most is that it's functional and it's practical. And it's definitely a classic timeless silhouette because of its practicality. It is a large bag, so it's definitely giving, as Cassie Thorpe would say, big bag energy. But I'm okay with that. Like I grew up when big bags were very in. Like I was all about a big bag when I was growing up. I have to be careful because I am petite, I'm 5'2", and so if I'm not cautious, depending on how big the bag is, it may look like it's swallowing me and eating me up, and I don't want that either. So the Bottega Veneta hop bag, the large hop, is something that I love, but I don't know that I would ever opt for it because of my stature and how short I am. But the Rose Margot's 15, I like it because it's almost kind of like a duffel bag or a travel bag, if you will. Very, very practical, very gorgeous. I could go for the 12 if I'm worried about the size. I haven't seen the 15 in person, so I would love to see it and kind of try it on. For me, my Margot 10 has been perfect. It's the perfect size for me. Again, I reach for that bag all the time. I love it. It's functional. It's beautiful. It's just great. The only caveat or the only downside to the 10 is the opening on the top. I wish it was a little more generous and I could get in and out of the bag much easier. I do kind of leave it open. There's a clasp where you can close it, but I leave it open. I have a full review for you guys on my Margot, which I'll link for you guys if you're interested. But the 15 in the brown suede, I need a brown suede bag in the worst way. I incorporated the brown suede kind of bucket bag look from Madewell, and I love that bag too, but I don't reach for it as often. Like it doesn't make me happy. I feel like I need a smaller bag. And that's where I keep going back to the Prada or the Le Teckle, but we'll see. There's another bag I recently saw that Tamara wore and featured on her Instagram. It's a brand I'm not familiar with. The brand is called Magda Butrym. I'm probably butchering that, but it's the Bridget large suede duffel bag. Another gorgeous, gorgeous bag. The way she wears this bag is just absolutely stunning. I'm just obsessed with the brown suede right now. It's just doing it for me. It's the brown suede. And I think what makes me happy is that brown is a color that complements me well. If you haven't already taken your color analysis, I would highly recommend it. I took mine about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and I've helped a couple of my friends take theirs as well. And I tend to be a warm fall or a warm autumn. And so colors like brown, caramel, that mustardy yellow, those all tend to be colors that complement me. And for me, I don't really have a brown bag in my collection, with the exception, of course, of my beauty here, and maybe a couple of like Gucci or Louis Vuitton pieces that have logos. I would love to have just an all brown, no logo bag in my collection. Very understated, like a dark, rich, chocolatey suede brown would be beautiful. But let me know if I'm crazy, because I know suede requires a lot of upkeep and maintenance. And I know that the wear over time may not be as complimentary as, say, a leather would, but I don't know. I just love the brown suede so much. match. I also still really love the Bottega Veneta Jody. The larger side, I think it's the small size, in the fondant color, which is like a deep, rich chocolate brown. Obsessed. And I know that that bag is a classic because it's been around again for a couple of years, maybe a few years now, and it's still very much relevant and in style. So that may be another bag that I would consider implementing. I think from a practicality standpoint, that bag trumps the Alaia or the Prada because one, it's leather. Two, the Intrecciato leather that Bottega Veneta is known for is very, very durable, very beautiful, and you don't have to worry about wear and tear on it. It's a beautiful, deep, dark, rich, chocolatey brown color. And I just feel like the Jody in the small size is just a perfect size. Jamie from Luxe Petite, I believe, has this bag as well, and I think it just looks so gorgeous. So I'm thinking about it. We'll see. Haven't bit the bullet yet, but that is definitely another one that's on my wish list for 2025. Oh my gosh, the Le Teckle is just so beautiful. I know East-West bags are also very much in style for 2025, and they just came out with the East-West Birkin, and oh my God, that bag. I know it's going to be impossible to get. I know I shouldn't even think about it, but it's just such a beautiful bag, and I feel like if I had the opportunity to buy it tomorrow, I would. Like, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Only because it's classic, it's going to remain in style forever. It's an Hermes, so definitely not going out of style anytime soon. And it's the East-West, which gives it like a fresh modern twist to the original Birkin. It's about like half the size, maybe a little less. It's like this size. Like if they took the bag and like cut this part off, it's like from here to here. And of course, Tamara has it and I love it and now I want it. But I don't even know if I should reach out to my SA asking for it because I feel like it's just going to be impossible. We are going to be traveling to Paris this spring, so I may try to opt for the lottery appointment at Hermes and see if there's any opportunity or chance that I could be offered a leather good or a bag. Let's see. The other bag I'm really, really loving, again, in the deep dark chocolate brown color, is the Miu Miu bag. It's called the Adventure in the Napa leather top handle bag. So it comes in 4 different sizes. It has the small, regular, medium, and large. I would probably opt for the regular personally, but the small is very cute and I think would look great on my frame as well. I just think the regular is like a perfect size. It's a little bit bigger. You could fit more in it. It does retail for $4,100. Why do I feel like this bag just had a price increase? Because I feel like I looked at this bag recently, or maybe when it originally came out, and it might have been like $3,500, while the small is $3,800. So the small size retails for $3,800. The regular size retails for $4,100. The medium size also retails for $4,100. The large size also retails for $4,100. I think they're all such a beautiful bag. I wish I could see it in person. It would kind of help me make my decision. I think with all of these bags that I'm loving, obviously the price is going to come into account, especially since I'm trying to, one, stay on track with my Hermes journey for my second Hermes bag, two, obviously pay off all of my credit cards before even thinking about another bag. But the Alaia is the most budget friendly of all the bags. The Prada comes in at a close second. I think it's slightly above the Alaia, but I love this Miu Miu bag as well. I love that Miu Miu is making a comeback. The Suede sneakers are still super cute and I would love to incorporate them into my collection. I don't know that I will. I just love that they're making a comeback. I think they're so cute and so relevant. I will link some bags for you guys down below that are very, very similar to the ones I'm talking about, but way more cost effective and budget friendly. I may even opt for one of these bags. It gives you an opportunity to trial what the designer version would be like, see if it fits into your lifestyle, see if it's practical and if you enjoy it. And hey, if you do, great, you got a cost-effective option. But if you don't, you know before biting the bullet and investing in a high-ticket purchase that you would otherwise regret. So the Prada bag retails for $28.50. The Le Teckle retails for $24.90. And these bags are called the East-West bag. So the Miu Miu is considered a belted bag, and that's also very in. Snake print apparently is coming back. Every time I see the Alaia and the brown suede, I die a little inside because I love that bag so much. So we are at the Le Teckle, the Prada, the Rose Margot, the Magda Butrym, the Hermes Birkin East-West, or the Shoulder Birkin, the Miu Miu Adventure bag. Those are the only ones that have really caught my eye this year. And of course the Bottega Veneta Jody in the fondant color. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with my 2025 wish list, if there are any items on this wish list that you would also love to have, and if you'll be opting for any of the more cost-effective options. I'm so curious. I think that wraps up our video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really enjoy you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.